nearly 1.7 billion people in Africa and Asia live in remote and rural areas. Few roads lead to these communities, and there are few visitors. Many people do not have access to television, internet, or newspapers, which means they have little access to information.
There are a lot of challenges which we face here in this refugee camp.
We are so far from the cities and so far from other areas where you can interact with the media.
Indeed, most of the communities in this area are settled in very remote rural areas where roads are impassable. There are no electricity, no water, and it is really, really difficult to get information to the people.
Well, for many, many people living in Africa and Asia, there is little access to information, and they're really what's called living beyond the last mile of being reached, even by television, internet, most of the technologies we take for granted because they lack electricity or they're living in poverty.
They have been telling us that for a very long time they have been lacking information about themselves, about the outside world, about health.
First Voice seeks to provide underserved populations in Africa and Asia with the means to access, share, and use locally relevant information on a global scale. Their goal is to reduce the challenges to receiving information by providing media as a local resource, thus enabling communities to benefit from the global shift to information societies.
First Voice works with local communities, with international organizations, and others to provide a lifeline of information. Our approach is to provide local language in First Voice to these communities so they understand and appreciate the media and they can use it to better their lives.
First Voice International owns 5% of the broadcast capacity on the World Space Corporation's AfriStar and AsiaStar satellites. Communities in the coverage area can receive audio and multimedia with a simple, inexpensive satellite receiver. First Voice and its partners on the ground train communities in the operation of the technology and the effective and equitable use of information. By combining these satellites with other high and low technologies, such as terrestrial radio and internet, First Voice effectively connects the last mile with the rest of the world.
The technology is very simple. So simple for children, women, and the people in rural areas to use. The information from the satellite is clear and crystal. People like it.
For thousands of years, the oral tradition has flourished in communities in Africa and Asia.
You're listening to the Africa Learning Channel, a product of First Voice International. The Africa Learning Channel is an electronic campfire, an open space for communication.
Like traditional storytelling, radio dramas serve to educate as well as entertain.
We now present a program in Hausa.
Much of our work relates to the health crises that are confronting Africans and Asians. The HIV pandemic is a major feature of our audio and our text programs.
The poverty, which is now compounded with high rates of HIV/AIDS in this region, has been alarming indeed.
Most of the time you'll find that the youths are very idle, and therefore they tend to get involved in other activities that may lure them into getting HIV and AIDS.
Definitely, this is what we have been trying to pass information to the communities and see ways of enhancing reproductive health and other development issues in the area.
We are not pushing out messages from the United States or the developed world, but rather we try to be a service to respond to the genuine needs of the people who are living across Africa and Asia who are underserved. So if we can be an effective partner in service to the communities who need information, we will have done our job.
We are impressed that the youth are really, really enthusiastic about these programs and they need more.
Now they are getting this information and they have seen that it will change them.
First Voice will continue to partner with producers, aid organizations, and donors to broadcast relevant content in a variety of local languages. In the future, First Voice intends to increase the number of radio dramas, educational programs, weather reports, and technology trainings available in Africa and Asia. The mission is clear: provide access to socially conscious media which enables communities to derive the benefits of the global information society. From there,
the sky is the limit.